coming and letting me speak. I'm a lawyer. I care about the law. I care about the rule of law. I care about democracy. And this is what we're fighting for today, or when they decide to pass this bill. Democracy dies in Western Australia. So I say this bill is an abomination. I say this bill is vile. So I'm going to start with a pop quiz, but it's not really a pop quiz like the ones that scared you in school. I'm not going to actually ask you for the answer. It's a rhetorical pop quiz. So let's ask some questions. Okay, question 1. Which country introduced a law concerning the surrender of precious metals and stones from citizens? Bonus points if you get the year.
I would say Australia.
Okay, in 1939, Germany enacted the Decree of Surrender of Precious Metals and Stones in a certain racial group's ownership and other valuables to the state without compensation. Oh, and in 2022, the McGowan government is introducing legislation that allows them to take control of or make use of any place, vehicle, or other thing. Okay, question 2. Let's see if you've got your thinking hats on. What country built special camps to house people deemed to be a risk to society?
Australia.
In 1933, Germany, surprisingly, opened the first concentration camp near Munich. That was Dachau. You will recall the government built more facilities, both in Germany and the territories it occupied. The law allowed the German government to transport Jews from anywhere in Germany to the concentration camps for an indefinite period of time. Oh, and in 2022, the McGowan government is introducing legislation that allows the government to force citizens and visitors, tourists beware, to be put into the quarantine camps. God, I hate that. Can't we just call them concentration camps and be done with it? And the wording from the bill is for such a period as is specified by the officer. No oversight. And that sounds unlimited to me. The bill should say what the maximum term of quarantine period can be. There must be a limit. But why quarantine at all when Australians do not have to isolate for the virus? As a matter of fact, they have said the virus should be treated like a cold or flu. So why do we need this bill in Western Australia? What makes us so special?
They think we'll take it.
Question 3. Which country created a special police force with extraordinary powers and no government oversight to control the people? In April 1933, the Gestapo is born. That's the Geheime Staatspolizei. And for those of you who'd like to know what the hell that means, that's the secret state police. And the Gestapo actually ruthlessly eliminated opposition to the German government. Oh, and in 2022, the McGowan government is introducing legislation that creates an equally strong secret police. but they will have the benign sounding name of COVID-19 officer. And COVID-19 officers can break into and enter your home without a warrant. They can seize your property. They can administer any medical treatment they want, and they can cart you off to that benignly named quarantine camp in Bullsbrook, which, hang on, if you don't already know, currently there's advertisement being run. They're staffing it right now, and Serco has the contract. Now, the operator Serco, hang on, let me just turn over the page. I can't even turn the page to tell you what Serco does. I can tell you though, because I do know. Serco provides full prison management. This should be a great comfort to all of the citizens of Western Australia. The Governor has already reminded the Parliament during the speedy introduction and vote on the bill in the Legislative Assembly behind us that they must have the appropriations bill ready. That means the money to staff the concentration camp that they're wanting to put you into. Now what we need is a miracle. All we have left is to ask for a miracle. If it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, swims like a duck, I say it is a duck. And this legislation looks like it has been plucked from the annals of history to quell dissent among the rabble. That's you and me, guys. And it's to destroy the opposition before the next election so that Mark McGowan can take his place in history as the guy who got a higher percentage of votes than Joe Biden. So the German government... The German government that continued to introduce bad legislation that made every despicable act legal. They won the 1934 election with 90% of the vote. Remember, the Gestapo was established in 1933. Anyone hearing this legal comparison between the laws of Germany in the 1930s and 40s and the Emergency Management Amendment Temporary COVID-19 Provisions Bill 2022 invokes Godwin's Law, which you know that if you say, you know, the tyrant's name, the Führer's name, you know, you've lost the argument. I say you are the problem. It's looking like that duck again. Any lawyer who says that I am a disgrace to the legal profession for speaking out and invoking the horror of the Second World War, you are the problem. Any person who says they don't care if it doesn't affect them, you know what? They don't know that they have a problem. This is a problem for every citizen of this great state. So I've just been given my hurry up because, you know, taking a bit of time here. But geez, it's hard to stop your brain from throwing out all of the words I'm not allowed to use. So I did have another quiz. I don't have the time for it, but there's a couple of questions that I would like to ask. What is the link between the virus and property ownership? Tell me, why do they need our property to protect us from a virus? Any hints at all? Because I don't get it. I don't know the answer. I can't find it anywhere. It's not in any legislation. It's not in any science books. Where is it?
To kill the original so that they can demolish it.
And what about the Property Law Act? Have they kicked that one out? Because they certainly haven't amended it, so it mustn't exist anymore. What about our mortgages and loans on the cars we have? Do we have to keep paying them once they've seized them for whatever purposes they want? I tell you what, if they get my house, they also get the rubbish that I've inherited from 3 people who've died, which fill my house to the scuppers, so good luck with that. And what about, one more? What about if a police officer maliciously attacks people they don't like? They seize property, get them carted off to the concentration camps, kill our pets. What then? What do we do? Because you know what? The bill doesn't cover any of it. The bill answers no questions. Don't have it. Thanks.